recording. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Muhamad Rahmat, and I'm here to bring to you guys my project for midterm for the language assessment class. So for today, I will bring to you guys about uh, C-test in language assessment. So, what is a C-test? C-test is a type of language proficiency test that used to measure general language competence. It is a modified closed test where parts of words are deleted rather than the entire words. It is designed to assess learners' overall language proficiency in an efficient and reliable way. So, for the historical background for this test, it was developed in the early 1980s by Rhodes and Klein Braley in Germany. It was based on the reduced redundancy principle language so that language users can understand messages even when parts of the word are missing. It is initially created as an alternative to traditional closed tests, which were considered inconsistent. So, to get to know what a C-test is, we'll move on to the structure of a C-test. So, a C-test consists of 4 to 6 short texts, each about 60 to 100 words. Uh, Also, in each text, the second half of every second word after the first sentence is deleted. For example, in the original text, the original sentence is language testing is essential for assessments. But for the C-test version, uh, as you can see in my slideshow, that half of the words from the language to the testing and also the essential and assessment is missing. This is where the test takers or the students in question must complete the missing words correctly. Okay, so for the scoring and administration for this uh, test, the scoring is very objective. It will grant the student 1 point each for each correctly completed word. Usually, this test takes 15 to 30 minutes to complete, and it can also be used for placement, diagnostic, and or proficiency purposes. Also, this test is easy to administer and score, and also ideal for large groups or initial screening. So, what is the advantages of this test? Of course, it is first and foremost, it is efficient. Secondly, it is reliable. And then third, it is objective. Because as I said, it was scoring based on only on the correct completion. And the next, it is valid because it correlates well with other measures of proficiency. Also, lastly, it is practical. It requires minimal resources to create and administer. Also, even with all the advantages of a C test, it will still have some limitations. So, as, a C test is limited. Some of the limitations of C test is that it may favor advanced learners with strong grammar and vocabulary knowledge. Also, it is very context dependent, meaning that it may be unclear when too many words are incomplete. Also, it measures integrative ability but not specific skills, for example, speaking or listening. And lastly, it is not suitable as a standalone assessment tool for detailed skill analysis because, as I said before, that this test is mostly used for general screening or maybe it is paired with other uh, tests such as essay or listening because this doesn't assess the students each their proficiency, but mostly their general thinking skills uh, when presented to them uh, English text, or maybe in conversation, in an actual conversation where context actually matters. So for the application of this C test for in language assessment, it is widely used for placement testing, such as universities and also language institutes. It is used in research as a quick indicator for overall proficiency, not specific ones. And sometimes part of multi-component tests, like I said before, it is combined with essays or interviews. Lastly, it is adaptable to various languages and learning contexts. Now, for example, we'll move on to the example of a C test. Now, for the first is the text example. This the stud prepare for the extra all night because he want to achieve a good score So for the this is what the student will be getting as the question. A long line of sentence where part of these words is missing. And if you look at the on under it is the completed version where the student must complete the above sentence for the C test according to the completed version that reads, the student prepared for the exam all night because he wanted to achieve a good score. So, as we just see, that this test, that this the C test tests the students for comprehension, vocabulary, and grammatical awareness simultaneously, because there might be a chance that they will find they have to understand the context of the paragraph, because it might be that the missing word that they have to complete is in a past form, or maybe in a continuous form, which might actually test their actual skills. So for the reliability and the validity of this evidence for this test is that this studies has confirmed that the C test confirm high reliability coefficients, mostly often above 0.9. Also, it constructs validity supported by correlation with standardized tests. And lastly, that it reflects learners' overall language competence, but not isolated skills. So in conclusion, the C-test is a practical, reliable, and valid method for assessing general language proficiency. Also, it's best used as a complementary tool within a broader testing framework, not as a specific and also the only test to be used to check the student's proficiency. Lastly, its simplicity makes it ideal for placement, research, and diagnostic purposes. And then we'll move on to the second part, uh, and this is the CITAS questions that I've come up with. I've come up with two different two different paragraphs. Before that, let's see on the completed version of these paragraphs and add the answer key. So as you can see, there are two paragraphs with two different topics. For the first one, on the left one is the about the environmental, and also on the second one, on the one on the right, is about a holiday. So the students must first find out what is the context of this uh, paragraphs, so they can actually understand what must be written on this on the missing words. For example, Uh, for example, in the second paragraph, for with the context of a holiday, on the first sentence, on the first sentence, last weekend, my family and I went to the beach for a short holy dot dot dot. The last word, holy, is missing. And with the context that they know that uh, that it is about the holiday, they will has a general idea what they should write. So they just need to write to complete the word with writing they. Okay. So moving on, this is the table of validity that I've made, where I've found that there are uh, valid there are three validity according to the desired numbers. Also, for the scoring range for this is within the scoring range of 90 and 100, it is considered excellent because students can accurately reconstruct most blanks, show strong vocabulary, grammar, and contextual understanding. For the score range of 75 to 89, it is considered good. They complete most blanks correctly, demonstrates good comprehension with few grammar and or vocabulary errors. And then for the score range of 60 to 74, it is considered satisfactory. Uh, the students understand the main ideas, although several blanks might be incorrect due to limited lexical or grammatical precision. And then for the score range of 40 to 59, it is considered limited. With only partial understanding, also with frequent errors affect meaning and cohesion from the students. And lastly, anything for the score range of anything below 40, it is considered poor because the students are unable to construct most blanks. They lack control of grammar, vocabulary, and also context clues. So the reason why I picked this, why I use these paragraphs to be the question, to be used as the C-test questions, because these two tests were selected based on their suitability for intermediate level learning and also their topic variety. For the first text, the environmental awareness, it discusses environmental issues using familiar vocabulary such as recycling, pollution, and also nature. These are common topics in English textbooks for intermediate learners, which helps activate their existing knowledge while introducing some slightly more complex vocabulary. And also the second text, A Visit to the Beach, it focuses on a personal experience and uses descriptive and narrative language such as weather, activities, and the emotions of the characters in the passage. This type of text encourages students to recognize everyday vocabulary and sentences structures in context. So both texts are approximately 90 to 100 words, allowing sufficient linguistic material for assessing grammar, vocabulary, and discourse comprehension without overwhelming students. Also, lastly, I want to discuss the advantages of using C-test compared to other tests. So the C-test offers several advantages over traditional language assessments by providing a quick and reliable measure of overall proficiency as it engages vocabulary, grammar, and context comprehension simultaneously. Unlike multiple choice or isolated grammar tests, it assesses learners' ability to process language as a whole, requiring understanding of meaning, syntax, and word formation. It also allows objective scoring, minimizing examiner bias, and is economically and easy to administer, adaptable to different proficiency levels. Additionally, because deletions occur in context connected text, it encourages the use of contextual clues, reflecting authentic language use. And uh, that is all from me. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day. Good afternoon.